Hello, boils and ghouls. You are now tuned in to PVD Horror Podcast. Pleasant screams.
Hey, what's going on? You're now tuned into the PVD Horror Podcast. I'm Brandon, and I'm joined by my co-host Dave. Today, we're just doing a little early recap of the month. Kind of sitting there touching on things that kind of happen at the end of December, and right now where we're at in the beginning of January. So mid-January, yeah,
Mid-January, closing in, almost February, already going fast.
it's crazy.
Super crazy. But overall, I think it's been a mixed month as far as horror stuff goes.
Mm-hmm.
Some good movie releases, some losses in the community. So It's been a little bit of a mixed bag.
Yeah, it definitely has been, like you said, some losses. Shout out to TK Carter, from The Thing and so many other great projects growing up like Punky Brewster,
Jeez.
so
As soon as you see his face, it's like it all just floods back those memories of seeing him on, Punky Brewster. And yeah, I kind of forgot that was the same guy. When I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, that's the same dude that was in The Thing. That's crazy.
yeah.
But yeah, that was a big loss. And then shortly after, we got news of Mark Jones, who was the writer of the original Leprechaun and also Rumpelstiltskin, the 90s version. Also passed away, and he was I can't remember exactly how old, somewhere in his 70s, I believe. So two losses in the community that, it's nice when you see names like that and you see people, kind of comment, an appreciation for what those people were able to contribute to the community. Obviously not somebody names that right off the bat everybody knows, but it's like awesome when you see people just be like, Mark Jones, shout out to him for kind of gearing off that Leprechaun franchise, and that's one that everyone loves. And same with TK Carter, just kind of like how he graced the screen so much in the 80s and 90s and stuff like that. And it's just cool for people to hear people kind of give their reflections on that.
Yeah, definitely. And so if you're in the local area, definitely come down, support us on January 29th. We're going to be screening The Thing. And so that will be another way that we can remember TK Carter's, legacy for film and TV shows and stuff. So
yeah, absolutely. Some, I guess, positive is we have another year with John Carpenter still around, 78 years old. Bless him. He's still doing the thing out there. He's, touring like we got to see him last year. And, hopefully that continues.
Yeah. Yeah. He's going to have a residency show. And so now I think that's also going to be streaming on Screambox. So you can definitely check. If you're not able to see him live, you'll be able to check them out on Screambox. So definitely, if you're not subscribed to Screambox, check it out. Give it a free trial. You might check out some other films or something that you might never seen before, and check out John Carpenter, doing his thing.
Yeah, I guess yet another reason why people should consider Screambox if they haven't already. I mean, we've been promoting New Year's Eve after that last interview when we got to chat with them about that. They just got Toxic Avenger on streaming. And then I guess they'll also probably have Silent Night, Deadly Night, correct?
Yeah, that's going to be streaming soon. And I know it's going to be on VOD next week. So
yes. Yep. So, and so probably like about a month, we'll see that in streaming. That's just a guess. Don't quote me on that. So plenty of reasons right now to get on there, aside from the Terrifier movies and the doc.
And I think down the road too, they're gonna have the new Silent Hill film that's out right now too. So if your local theater does not have that, Screambox, you'll be able to check it out. With Cineverse and everything like that. So
I was just about to say that. I don't know. I think everybody knows, but if you don't know, if you see a movie that's released by Cineverse, that's connected with Screambox and Bloody Disgusting and all that right as of now. So it seems like all those films make it to Screambox at some point.
Yeah, and I think we're going to be getting a new Silent Hill film every year from them now. So that's what I heard. So we'll see.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I hope this first one starts it off on a good note because
Yeah.
that's exciting for those fans of that franchise, which I know there's a lot of them. So
Mm. Yeah, so it's definitely worth checking out. But yeah, you were able to go to Showcase Cinemas and celebrate National Popcorn Day. How was that?
any chance to get a free popcorn, I'm not going to turn it down. So yeah, I think I made it last year. I was like thinking about that. I was like, I'm pretty sure I went for free popcorn day last year as well. Um, National Popcorn Day. What a
Mm.
wonderful day. I love popcorn.
I knew you were probably gonna go because I'm like, this guy is never gonna turn down something for fucking free.
No, I and it's funny because I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot about free popcorn day.
Mm.
And I was actually supposed to go Friday. I was supposed to go Saturday. My plans just kept changing. And then I was like, wait a minute, Monday's free popcorn day. I'm just gonna hold off and just go Monday. And
Nah,
I checked out Primate, got my free popcorn. I
there you
didn't
go.
I didn't do my trick with the popcorn and the butter. I
Oh
couldn't
no.
find the straws right away.
Yep.
I thought they were hiding straws on me, so I didn't do the butter at the bottom with the straw. I was gonna actually film it and put that up on there, like pro
Like,
tip.
what's
You
this guy
gotta,
doing?
yeah. So I'm addicted to movie butter popcorn. The movie butter up for the popcorn
Oh
for
yeah,
anyone who's
definitely.
wondering what I'm talking about. And I know
Yep.
it's like a heart attack waiting to happen, but I just love it. So
Yeah, you gotta have the extra butter on that popcorn.
extra, yep, for sure. Yeah,
Uh,
so yeah, like I said, I saw Primate. I know you've already
mm,
seen it back in the day,
yep.
way back in the day.
Way back in the day.
Fun popcorn flick.
Uh,
Perfect movie for free popcorn day, in my opinion.
I'm so happy that everyone's enjoying this film because, that was a big surprise, when Fantastic Fest first kicked off. That was the first film of the night. And so I went into it not no one knew anything about the film, and so it was kind of cool, and it was something special because it was like that night, Shudder had thrown the party for it, the kickoff party, so there was like Primate drinks and everything, open bar, and we all went into it not knowing what the hell's going on, what it was going to be, and so. I enjoyed it, you know what I mean? And so that's why I've been telling everybody, like, oh, I can't wait for everybody to see this because this is the film. This type of film is what we should get every January that kicks the horror, the new year off for horror
It,
films.
Such a great way to kick off the
Mm,
year. I was thinking that exact thought. Like we need a fun
yeah.
like film to start off the year because I think it just sets the tone for the year in such a positive way. I'm glad it was released before 28 years later, Bone
Mm,
Temple. Not that I've seen that, but from what I understand of that film and kind of what I'm expecting to walk into when I do go see it, it's more an emotional film.
yeah.
And I think it's great to start off the year instead with Private, which is void of emotion, just chaos
Mm.
and terror. And yeah, it's just a good film to start your year off with.
Well, I'm just happy that they were able to, hold off and, release 28 years later back before it came out. You know what I mean? Like because going into this, everybody felt like Bone Temple. We didn't know what we were going to get because 28 years later really wasn't that great of a film. Like you know what I mean? From the other films that were released. So going into it, like I said before when we did our recap of the year, how 28 years later was, a letdown for me. But I was able to check out Bone Temple, and I have to say this is something like the story needed to, be built on to get where we were. So I enjoyed that film a lot. You know what I mean? So I think that you're really gonna like it. And like you said, there's so many other pieces that set up in this project
Mhm.
where it's not just like zombies and just everything that's going on. It's just it's
It's
really it's a cool project.
it's more than just zombies and dongs.
Yeah. So yeah,
So
I
so
had a fun time with it.
January has really like given us something different this year.
Mm.
Last year was better than the year prior, if I remember correctly. I can't remember what we started it off with, but I remember
I think it was Night Swim.
Wasn't that the year before?
Yeah, that's what we
Oh
said.
yeah. I'm saying
that's what I'm
last year.
saying. Yeah.
Last year we had. I remember it was improved from the year prior. I can't remember what the two releases were, but I remember one of those two was decent.
Yeah.
But this year, it sounds like two positive films, and then going to go into February, and we'll get into this later. But February is going to be a big month too. So,
Yeah.
just starting the year off right, lots to look forward to. Yeah, all good. Can I just share a few thoughts about Primate and kind of get your take on this? So
Let's do it.
Johannes Roberts,
Yep.
created director of Primate. Was it written and directed or just directed? Do you know?
I think it was written and directed by him.
So I saw a lot of the elements that were present in The Strangers Pray at Night.
Yeah.
And I think there's some things that I really like that are done with those films, music wise, like the use of music to evoke like music that doesn't necessarily fit the scene, but it makes the scene, like the pool scene in Pray at Night. And they did that a lot with Primate. Also, did you happen to notice there was like music that was almost like John Carpenter-esque in it?
Yeah. Yep.
I thought that was a really cool choice. And then I like how it's like a twist on Cujo. It's like Cujo in Hawaii with a chimp. And I thought that was like a cool throwback theme for people. And I had actually read someone else kind of shared a similar thought, but I was kind of worried about this film. I love animals. So I was like, what if I like Cujo makes me sad, to be honest with you. I kind of like love that dog. And when I feel bad for it, and I was worried I was going to feel bad for this chimp, I didn't.
Yeah.
Like this chimp is like, they don't, you know what they did smart though, is like, they don't let you get attached enough to the chimp. Like, and I think that was smart.
Well, that's the same way because I think what Cujo starts off, he's like running around in the woods, and then he's like chasing after. And then so in this film, he's kind of lovable at the beginning, sitting there with the family and everything. He has his little iPad and shit. So at some points,
Lucy bad. I think they made sure to not give you enough of that cuteness so that you were like, oh my God. But it was like, it still did, but so you felt something, but it was like, they made sure not to do too much where it'd be like heartbreaking.
I think they gave us more than what we got in Cujo. You know what I mean? Because
maybe I just love that freaking dog. I don't know. I love this kind of dog. So
I think because it's like even at the end, like when the father comes back in the house, you know what I mean? And it's like you see those things that setup where it's just like, oh man, no.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? But yeah.
He's just he ripped shit up though. So it's like
that was the main thing. That's why it was just like a great kills. And there was a man in the suit, you know what I mean? I thought, like, at first when I watched it, I'm like, oh, how is this being done? You know what I mean? And then going back after, and I'm just like, oh, there's a dude in the suit. Like, that shit was like, shit was sick.
They shared a great behind the scenes photo of like the chimp and the main actress giving the finger or something like that. And I was like, that's amazing. So yeah.
But it was cool though, because it was like even like before the film had started, like Jonas had made a speech and he said, I hope everybody likes this film and I'm sorry for Resident Evil. And so everybody started laughing because he had done one of the Resident Evil remakes, the last one that came out. So, but I thought that was a good film too. And then that was the main thing. I was like, right after when I came back from Fantastic Fest, I had sent him a message and I was like, hey man, like this was a great film. And then so he responded back and like it was cool. So he hearted everything, and it was just like I'm just happy that his everything of his career is starting to take off a little bit more, and I think this project's going to help a little bit more for him to kind of be comfortable.
And I hope that he just keeps putting his touch on things so that because I think he has a unique way of making films and like unique aspects that he brings to the films that I think we see and appreciate. Like I said, with like the things in Strangers Pray at Night and the things I see in Primate that it kind of seems similar, that are like uniquely him. I hope we just keep seeing more of that, because I think that's honestly like a really cool thing when we follow someone's career and you watch a film and it's their film by certain aspects. I just like that stuff, you know.
But it's that's the thing. It's like we talked about it before. It was like one of the episodes about how people can get in their heads about their projects and the things that they're doing. Like for him to say sorry about Resident Evil, I felt like he didn't need to say anything like that because I think overall, out of all the Resident Evil films, he gave us something that's closest to the video game. You know what I mean? But
Sure.
then that's the thing. You have people that make their opinions and everything like that that probably never even played the game or did anything, and then they start saying things, and then it starts to fuck with people's, the
Yeah.
work ethic that they put into it because it's just like who the fuck are you? you know?
Well, as we know, it's a very brutal world out there when it comes to reviews and people's opinions and all the drama that goes on in the film review community, which we do our best to stay out of because we don't give a shit about other people's opinions. We have our own, and we love the people that want to hear ours and want to share theirs with us. But like, I'm not going to go and tell some director some bullshit that they don't need to hear because at the end of the day they're just trying to make some work, make some art, and contribute to the horror genre.
And we were talking about some streaming services earlier, but there's a cool streaming service called Flight Night. So you can definitely get a cool deal right now. I think that's still going on. We can get it for $2.99 a month. 35 years, $35 for the year. You know what I mean?
$2.99 a month for 35 years.
For 35 years? That's a good
Everybody
deal.
hops on that.
That guy from PVD Horror said it. Nah, but yeah, that it brings you back into the 80s. So it's like it has some cool shit. It's not just movies. It's like music videos and shows that came out and stuff like that. So I've been wrapped into that. I've been lost. I think it's been going on for I think it's been up and running for probably around almost 3 years now. But it takes time for catalogs to build up because it was even like that when like Shudder first came out. They had like 10 films and it was just like, I'm not ready for this yet.
Crazy to think about those days when we first hopped on Shudder and signed up knowing that there was like the catalog was super small, but we were like excited because hey, this is just for us. This is just for the horror community. And it's interesting. So with like the demise of MTV, Flight Night is perfect if you were someone who grew up in those MTV years because it has a ton of that to offer, like old MTV shows and actually when they showed music videos and things like that. Like when I was like clicking through all the options, I was like, damn, this is like just a time machine right here.
Yeah, we need it, I think, and it's just something you can just throw on. They have the live TV sections also, and so it's pretty cool, you know what I mean? Because it's like, it's cool because it was just like how I introduced Tubi to you guys before, and it was just like, all right, wait a minute, now this is another step in the direction of Tubi, but like without commercials and like so many other things that are taken over and things that we need from our past. But also, if you have it still, physical media is very important. So, always go out, support, grab up some Blu-rays, VHSs, the VHS Fest and stuff like that. Do what you got to do because at the end of the day, it's like we just have to kind of keep what we love. You know what I mean? And that's what it's all about, especially today. There's so much bullshit going on. But we got to find things to kind of keep ourselves, busy and entertained.
It's actually true. If you don't use it, you lose it. So if we don't take advantage of these things that are at our fingertips now, we will not have them in the future.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a bummer, dude.
Yeah.
Speaking of Tubi too, like on a side note, that's kind of a cool story as well, just to kind of see where, like, we talked about Shudder and their catalog expansion, but Tubi's getting big on their own original films now, and now they're dabbling more into like the horror films. I don't know if there was I can't remember what it was. There was one that everybody was talking about a little while ago. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, where the girl's like It's like about like the Tinder dating stuff. They're
Mm,
like called Perfect Match or something like that.
I
I'm
don't
probably
think
getting it
I don't think
wrong.
I checked it out.
But it's just like, good for Tubi for getting involved in the, making their Tubi originals and all that stuff, and you know, just sticking around and sticking to like what they're known for, which is like it's super aware of what it is. I think that's what you can
Oh
appreciate
yeah,
about it.
and it gives so much support to up and coming filmmakers. You know what I mean? And that's what it's all about. Because I think there was a one that was going around on Christmas. I think the Grinch steals bitches or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. Yep. Yep.
So yeah, this is there's so much going on out there. So
I
yeah,
mean,
definitely.
would we have ever seen Tiffany the doll if it weren't for Tubi?
Oh no, and
That
it's
was
like
a
it's
that
so
was a
crazy.
classic.
It's so crazy. But they Tubi is definitely like big for the filmmakers right now of all aspects from the past and up and coming. So it's like, if you're listening and you never watched Tubi, you don't have it, download it. Definitely check it out. It's definitely worth it. It's free.
Yeah. Yeah, no reason not to.
Yeah.
Um, so this year brings us some things to look forward to.
Mm.
And Brandon, your favorite holiday comes a few times this year.
My holiday.
So, I mean, we have 3 Friday the 13th this year.
Yeah. February, March, that's back to back. And then in November. So yeah, we're gonna be
Yeah.
starting it all over now. Well, starting from the beginning, we're gonna be showing the original Friday the 13th. So that's gonna be
Yeah.
in February. So definitely if you're in town, stop by Buttonwoods Brewery and come kick it with us, and celebrate Friday the 13th with us.
You know, with it being a back-to-back Friday the 13th, I'm like, how are we going to make this special? And
Mm.
I'm wondering how we get everybody to dress up like camp counselors.
Yeah,
Jason's
we
good
could we
camp
could try.
counselors.
We
And
could
his
try.
mom and Pamela.
Yeah, costumes. Definitely throw them on if you got them.
We need it. We need something to like commemorate this moment where we came full circle and have officially done all, what is it, 9
Yeah.
Friday the 13th,
Well,
plus 2 Womp
plus
Stomps.
yeah, and the remake and Freddy versus Jason. So
Oh, wow.
that adds all that on. So
Yep.
yeah, man. So it's been a wild ride, So yeah, we've definitely been killing it with Friday the 13th. And so just think about it. We've been doing this all since 2018.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
just next month we're gonna complete the whole thing.
It's
So,
wild. It's the only franchise that I think we've shown all the films too.
yeah.
We haven't done all the Scream films. We've done a good chunk, but we haven't done all of them.
We did the first two.
Yeah, actually, we did the first one twice, at least twice.
Yeah,
And the
twice.
second
Yep.
one. Yep. We haven't done all the Leprechauns, although we've done a good chunk of those. We're still
Yeah,
missing.
I think we did the hood ones. That was it.
We did
1 and
3.
2 and 3.
Oh yeah, we still haven't done 1 and 2 yet. We haven't done barely any Nightmare on Elm Streets. We've only done
We did
part
the
3.
first one. We did the first one.
Oh, we did the
and
first one.
for the 40th anniversary, and we did
That's right.
part 3.
And Freddy versus Jason, if you put that into there as well.
Yeah.
So plenty to go on that. Halloween
Halloween
we've done
1. Halloween 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
That's it.
We got so much to go on these other franchises. We haven't really shown, and we didn't even do Texas Chainsaw yet. Which,
but it's so crazy though. But if you would sit back now and look at all the films that we have shown over the years, it's just like it's so crazy. And our first film was
My Bloody Valentine.
Bloody Valentine, and then the second one was Phantasm. So
Yeah.
you come out the gate swinging like that, and then it's like we're still showing like great films. It's like,
Yeah.
and we just have another catalog full of films that are on the back burner. Like, when do we show this? When do we do this? Because it's so hard now, because it's like you try to stay in line with all the holidays, but now again we'll run into this issue where Friday the 13th in February, so now that blocks a Valentine's Day film
That happened not this past
a few times.
Yeah, December we couldn't show a Christmas movie because it was a Friday the 13th in December
Yeah.
one year. So yeah, Yeah, that's a problem for us at times. You know, and
Yeah.
for people who are curious, because we've been doing this for so long, like how do you guys come up with the movies?
Mm,
It's literally just like hey, would be a good crowd pleaser? What would be a cool movie to watch with a crowd? Throw it out
mm,
ideas. And like Brandon said, we have a ton of films that we've been holding on to that we're like, oh, we got to show this, but like
yeah.
timing, it just picking the perfect month for it.
Yeah, you have to look at the month and it's like, okay, is this a slow month? Like, what's this? Like, what,
Yeah.
like, we got to bring the energy. Like, it's like, oh, summer films, we got to come with it. Like, you know what I mean? We
Yep.
have to have these big films in the summer. Oh, October, wait, we can't fuck around and just show something. It's like,
Yeah.
so, but we definitely want to get back to the cheesy 80 films that don't have like the big releases and stuff like that. So, if
Those
you're
have always been some
wondering,
of our favorites. Yeah.
yeah, if you're wondering, like, are we gonna get back to that? Yeah, we're gonna get back to it.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes it pains us to do the bigger films, like the more known
Mm,
films, because we're like, oh, we've already seen it 1,000 times. Plus, it's just like, I mean, we love them, but they're not as much fun as
yeah.
like a Jacko or even Troll 2 was amazing.
Troll 2. That was a great time. See?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So many more to go. So it's a yeah.
Mm,
I'm excited for the films this year. I'm excited for kind of like what we do to, keep these movie nights kind of fresh and coming up with ideas and stuff like that. And we just all we ask is if you enjoy them, make sure you mark your calendars.
yeah,
Come on by.
definitely.
So,
In some other news, we have more news. Like you brought up The Strangers earlier. We're back rolling with The Strangers, uh, chapter 3, you know?
hmm, yeah.
So now, when I was in at Fantastic Fest and I was able to see Strangers Chapter 2, after they had a Q&A and there was talks about them doing like a full run through, like playing all three films, at certain times, making a super cut. And so I guess today they had, announced that that finally did happen. They at the premiere in LA, they showed like all 4 hours straight of each chapter. And I guess I don't know what people were saying about it, but I don't know. Like I said, I want to see what they're gonna do with this last chapter. The first chapter, like we said, it was whatever because we already knew what they were trying to do. The second chapter was where they had to prove things. And then so I think at times they kind of proved a little bit, but kind of lost us. Did you watch it yet?
No, I was gonna watch it the other day.
All right.
It still hasn't hit streaming for free, and I just can't justify the rental
Yeah, you
price.
have to fucking watch it.
No, I'm not. I would have rented it. I've rented movies recently. I'm like, no, it's like probably gonna stream next week or the
What
week
is it,
after.
1999 still or something?
No,
Or
it's
was it?
$5.99.
You, that's so fucking cheap, dude.
Brandon, I got free movies to watch that I probably have to watch for real reasons, and then I got that I could optionally watch or wait 2 weeks. And like I rented Black Phone 2 the other day, like not the other day, a couple of weeks ago, and now it's free on like Peacock or something like that. And I'm like, damn it. I pay for all these fucking rental streaming sites and then I'm paying for rentals. Come on. And then
Mm.
everyone's telling me it's not even good. So
Yeah,
I'm
well,
just
you
gonna
should have
wait.
fucking seen it in the theater.
I should have. I should have. I missed
Fucking
the boat.
guy. How you gonna
Um,
miss those fucking films in the theater?
honestly, I want to watch it.
Mm.
But I've just heard so much that I'm like having a hard time even like I said, just like getting motivated to watch it. I keep watching the trailer. I've watched the
Mm.
trailer recently like 3 or 4 times.
Part 3 or the second
The
chapter?
second one. Because I'm like, I should just watch it. I literally, it's not even the rental price. I'm being honest. It's just like, I kind of dread watching it right now.
Mm.
I just
Well,
I'm looking at it. I'm like, this doesn't look like something I'm
well,
going to
I
enjoy.
got that. Well, I have that little smiley face tattooed on my fucking body for life.
Yeah. You know, look at that and always remember.
Uh, good. It was a good time. Good VIP party. You know what I mean?
You can say it's from the first film or the second.
I don't know.
You don't have
It
to
is
say it's
what
from
it
the
is.
reboots.
Yeah, so they're putting a little like Snyder edition, like how they did with the DC universe, 4 hour cut. I don't know who's gonna want to watch that.
Yeah. I don't
but
know what.
you might
I mean,
as well
they're.
fucking go watch it.
I know,
I don't
seriously.
even think you even seen the first one
No,
yet.
I did. I saw that in theater. I don't know what type of person does that. 4 hours is a long time to watch anything,
Mm,
but a movie that you've already like kind of determined isn't the greatest. I don't know.
yeah. I think overall, like the vibe I got from the screening for chapter two, I think these guys are just done working with each other. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah,
been like
yeah,
too long
that probably is the case.
because it's like, it's I think overall when you're putting something together, especially a film like this, they probably wish they probably just fucking released the whole 4 hours at the beginning,
Yeah,
you know,
I know.
because the way they shot the film, it was all kind of together. And
Think
so,
think about this experience. You
yeah,
you have these three films you've made.
yeah,
You're pumping everyone up to see them. This is
mm,
a film franchise that people genuinely seem to like,
mm,
and then you release them, the first one, and it gets shitty reviews, and people are
yeah,
kind of angry, and you're like, oh, geez, that didn't go how we how we thought. And then you get
nope,
the second one, and you're like, all right, well, this one will make up for it. And guess what? It
it's
didn't go that way.
still the
And then
same.
you got a third one still. You're like, at this point, please just
This
be
is it.
over.
This is the one.
They must, yeah, you're right though. They must be like, can this just be over, this whole experience, and like move on?
It was, man. Like I'm telling you, that full Q&A, it was just like weird.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
lucky that the actress seems so into it.
She she said she didn't even come at the end of it. It had the Q&A. She came, they introduced the film, and then so after that she didn't even come. They were all like it
I
was off. It
I
was like
stand
weird.
corrected.
Bro, I'm telling you,
She's all over
they're
social
done.
media
Yeah,
promoting it at
they're done
least.
with each other.
Yeah. Um, yeah. I mean, I just, like I said, I just see her on social media and she seems like she's into it, but
Yeah.
I guess anybody can look like that on social media. And it's too
Mhm.
bad. She's seems like a good actress and she's talented. So,
Nah.
um,
Yeah, so that's set to release what, February 6th? That's not that far away. That's crazy.
I thought that was insane. And that was actually the only thing that was like pushing me to hurry up and watch part two was like,
Mm.
oh, this is coming out February 6th. I can kind of watch them close to each other. But yeah, all right, here's what's going to happen.
Mm.
Next time we do a recap, I will have seen two.
I don't think you would.
I definitely will have seen two. I promise that. And I will have seen three.
Mm.
Mark my words. And I will give
Oh, yeah?
everyone a summary of how I felt.
So we're gonna record. Let's see, what's that?
Don't say February 7th.
February.
Yeah, get
Huh?
out of here. Don't say
Yeah.
February 7th.
I'll give you to the fucking 11th.
Yeah.
So you got the weekend to watch it.
All right.
So yeah, you got some work to cut out.
So yeah, February 6th for Strangers Chapter 3.
Mm.
The final chapter. We can only hope.
Did you watch Stranger Things?
No, I'm still on the season before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That wasn't bad. They actually had a good theater run for that for the final finale episode. So I think what was it? They made some good money with that. But yeah, we're running into some issues now with that stuff.
Will there ever be a show that goes for a number of seasons, builds a big crowd, and has a finale that people actually like?
I don't know.
I'm trying to think of a show I can remember when people actually liked the finale.
I think Breaking Bad was
Okay.
a decent one. It was I don't yeah, I think it was a good ending, but yeah, I think when something runs like that, it doesn't hit the same because it's like you don't want it to end.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
You're already going in kind of rejecting it just with that fact that you're like sad that it's ending.
But then it's a lot of
Seinfeld. Didn't they like all come out and bow or something? I feel like
yeah, I think that was
it
a
is gonna like
big issue.
be super meta and like everyone just needs to break character and like thank their audience for being a part of it forever or something because
Yeah,
people weren't happy.
Yeah, people weren't happy with that. And I think even because it was funny because Curb Your Enthusiasm, they talk about that Seinfeld finale in the Curb finale. And you know what I mean, it kind of like pays homage to everything
Yeah.
because it was just like it was cool. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think we're gonna get a show that's truly gonna have the Wire. I think The Wire had a great ending. You know what I mean? Because it was just like the way how everything wrapped up. And but yeah, I was able to check out the Stranger Things finale documentary that was streaming
Oh,
on
okay. Yep,
Netflix.
that's out there.
So there was things that were going on where they were filming and still didn't have the story of the finale of what was going on. They were still writing while they were filming and everything
Wow.
like that. And so I know that was a lot of big things that people were talking about online saying, "Oh, that's so stupid. How are you going to do something like that?" But one filmmaker that, I think it's Jacob, something like that. The dude that actually made the Strangers fan film.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he was talking about his thoughts on it, saying, it kind of shows people are so quick to say something, and it shows that they've never been on a film set before, because that is how things go all the time. Like, what I mean? When you're creating a project, you lose balance of where you're at, and things just don't go the way it's going to because the timing or this and that or this goes wrong. You got to always be prepared to kind of like create something different or try to take a different approach on it. And so it was cool to kind of like hear that from him, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because it's like he's worked on music videos, big films, independent films and everything. And so he kind of knows what he's talking about, so to kind of go into it like that, yeah, Stranger Things being a big Netflix budget, show and everything like that, should it be like complete them walking into it? Yeah, but it is what it is. So
The way they hold all that stuff under wraps too.
yeah.
I mean, how much earlier would they even have informed the actors of the storyline? Like, I don't even know if like how they do that with specifically with Stranger Things, but I know
Mm,
there's some shows or projects where they won't let the cast see the story too far in advance so that they don't even know what's going to happen to their characters. So,
yeah.
whether it's written, years ahead or months ahead or weeks ahead, I don't even know how soon they would have even like told the cast what was their destiny.
Yeah, and I think there was just a lot going on also too behind the scenes on that. I think some of the actors were having problems with each other, so it was kind of like thrown off. I
It
know.
must feel rushed too, because like not rushed, but like there is a rush because
Mm,
the cast is literally just aging in front of your eyes.
yeah,
See, it's not like you can sit around and like drag this on.
and I think that's the main issue. You know what I mean? Because it was like we got into it, and then like even the first season came out cool, and then the second season, I forgot how many years after the second season came out, but it didn't come fast enough like it needed to, and then
Yeah.
the third season it dragged its feet. It didn't come as fast as it should
Hmm.
have, and then it continued to do the same thing. And then you look at it, the last season that you're watching right now, it came out in 2022.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like that was like what, like what's going on?
There's a young kid that's on the show this season who I guess got kind of popular.
Yeah,
Well, like, you know what I'm talking about? He
yeah,
was
that
on
kid Derek.
yeah, I think he was on Jimmy Fallon. I was
Yeah,
seeing him and he was amazing.
suck my fat one.
Yeah. He's like the nicest little kid too. And I
Yeah,
think but he was like that was like 2 years ago that he
yeah,
filmed. So
hmm,
it's crazy.
yeah.
He had to hold on to it as a secret. And he couldn't tell any of his friends that he was filming it. He said he did like a what did he say? He did like a marshmallows commercial or something, some kind of commercial. And they're like, he goes, because nobody asks questions when you say something like that. I'm like, it's genius.
Nah,
Yeah.
he's a cool kid.
All right. So speaking of theater releases, I just
Mm,
figured maybe we can point out, we just said Strangers Chapter 3 will be February 6th, but February is going to be a big month
yeah.
because not only do we have that, but we have another one that everyone is highly anticipating, but also has a lot of mixed feelings. And that's going to be Scream 7, which is
Mm,
going to be hitting theaters on February 27th.
yeah. A lot of people have been hating on the poster that came out the other day. They said
Yep.
it's kind of like AI style, like Avengers styled and stuff like that with the
Uh-huh.
heads. And so it was kind of cool because today Creepy Duck Designs did their own thing and then kind of like threw out this Texas Chainsaw Massacre Scream 7 edition poster.
Very
So
cool.
I don't know. I don't know if that will stick and kind of like be something official because Creepy Duck Designs did like the last, what was it, the Scream 5. You know what I mean? And they were like the promotional posters at the
Was
cinemas.
that the like the New York
Yeah.
themed ones? Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, so that was cool being able to get those ones. And actually the other one too where it had like the ghost face and had like the blood drip,
Yep.
like that red one like that. Yeah, that was the one that they did. So, yeah, I think that overall, when it comes down to it, I'm ready for another Scream movie. I don't think that that's just a franchise. I don't care. They can drop 15 movies, you know what I mean? It's still gonna always be there because it's just a franchise that for me it changed the face of horror again. Like, you know what I mean, from where we were, being a kid and just changing how everything was, like making a whodunit and like having so many spins on it. It was such a great film, the original and the second one, and then so like even if they killed this off, I would be down for a Stab franchise, like
Yeah.
creation, like
They sh
spin-off type shit. They should have did that.
they really should have, or they should do something different to kind of
Mm,
change what's going on and get people, excited for something different. I mean, that's a good point about like what it contributed. And it's
mm,
interesting because I don't know if you've gotten a chance to dig into it at all, but we got some early screeners for In Search of Darkness,
yeah.
the second half, 95 through
Hmm.
whatever. And it's, just kind of thinking about what the tone was in the 90s at the time with movies. There was some interesting things happening. A lot had changed around the time. But yeah, I think Scream kind of added a little something that you weren't seeing a ton of at the time. So it kind of like pays homage to the horror of the 80s while also creating its new own category for horror, I guess.
Yeah. And it's so crazy too because it's if you really look at it, man, like in the 90s, like I always tell people like when you're a kid, like summer to me, like summer break for us always felt like it was like a year long. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
it felt
It felt like
forever.
you were out of school forever.
Yep.
So growing up and becoming older and looking at it, and it did not feel like Scream 1 and 2 came out like a year after each other. It didn't
Yeah.
feel that way.
Yeah.
It felt like it was at least like 2 or 3 years. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
it's pretty wild to even think of that. And I'm trying to remember the first if I know I saw Scream 2 in the theaters. I don't think I saw
Mm,
Scream 1 in theaters though. Um but yeah, I felt like I saw them so far apart.
yeah.
I felt like I was different people when I saw them,
Mm.
like different times of my life. Crazy.
So now, how do you feel about the trailers that have released?
I'm not a fan of the trailer, to be honest with you. And
Hmm.
I'm just trying to figure it out because and it's all because of all that leaked, no, not leaked, like all the drops of
Yeah.
names. And it's like, and then the trailer shows you nothing of that. And it's like, where are this all going to play into it? Like, you got
Just
all these returning characters. What are they just all going to be like the Billy and was it 5, where he's like the ghost, or she's seeing the delusions? Is that all like how they're all going to return? I don't understand it.
yeah, I think it's gonna be something weird, but I think that we're gonna like it. You know what I mean? Because for me, even this for me, I'm sitting there looking at everything and kind of like breaking it down. Like I'm thinking like this has to be like the killer has to be one of Sydney's daughter's schoolmates or something like that. You know what I mean? Like in that town. It has to like start over again.
Oh,
You know
you're
what I
wrong.
mean?
You're
In a
wrong.
certain way. Huh?
You're wrong.
I'm telling you, this is like all this shit's throwing us off
Only
with like
one
Stu.
character was pronounced dead, but we never saw him die, and he's the one who's coming back.
Yeah, but he's not doing anything.
Do you know who
Yeah,
it is?
Stu.
Sydney's dad.
Here we go again with this shit.
we've called it every year,
But
and
he
one of these
actually
times,
died. But he actually died
did
though.
we see it?
No, I'm saying he's dead. That actor is dead.
Oh well, rest in peace. I'm sorry to say that. Then
Yeah, I think we were saying that before. We kept on doing it. And then
I
somebody goes,
forgot.
that guy's
Okay,
dead. I'm like,
shit.
it could be somebody else.
Well, yeah. Honestly, I
Yeah.
don't know if they recast. I don't know if we would.
The story's like thrown off, you know what I mean? Because I know people were saying something about, well, Sydney has 2 kids. And then it's like, but in this film, she's divorced. So it's like she's not with that cop from part 3.
Patrick Dempsey.
Yeah, and so
That-
they recast. Well, it was not a recast, but they got the other dude from like Talk TV. Was that the Talk Soap TV? I was on thing. I forgot that guy's name. Um, but yeah, it's all thrown around together. So I think that we'll have a good time. I think the kills will be good. So
It's on the tip of my tongue, his name.
yeah,
And it's driving me nuts right now.
I can't remember his name.
Yeah. That sucks. Yeah. All right. Well, regardless, we'll go see it. I mean, that's the
Yeah.
thing with Scream movies. We can say whatever we want to say. There was what was trending the other day?
Mm.
Hashtag boycott Scream 7. And I'm just sitting
Yeah.
there like, yeah, right. Yeah, right. No one's gonna do that.
Yeah, because you still look at everything and then you bring up all the issues that happened before. It's so hard, but I think that, I mean, like if you're a Scream fan or anything like that, it's like, you just have to enjoy the film for what it is, the franchise. You
Yeah.
know, everybody else that was connected with that project is gone. It was been wiped clean, so
It's interesting because it feel that now talk about something that feels long ago. Tell me that doesn't feel long ago when all
Yeah.
that stuff happened. Although like letting people go, suddenly these people aren't attached to the film.
Mm-hmm.
That feels like it was forever ago. So that's wild.
Yeah.
Even the drops of names of who's returning feels like that was forever ago. Or when they announced that Nev Campbell's returning and things like that. It's this has just been a long process.
Or her not even returning for the last film, or the issues that happened with that.
Yeah.
We've been on a wild ride here.
Really?
You know what I mean? A wild
So,
ride.
I think the fans of the franchise deserve to finally get to see this product, and I hope that it lives up to people's expectation.
Hopefully.
I'll go with you, Brandon, if you wait for me. But,
I'm not waiting for you. I'm going on the Thursday it comes out, or if Showcase.
I'll
throws
go
us
on
the-
Thursday.
If Showcase throws us the alley oop for the advanced screening,
yeah.
we'll see.
We'll see. Hopefully. Just one more movie date announcement. I don't know if this was already known for a while, but The Mummy from which will be coming out by Lee Cronin is going to be releasing on 4/17, so April 17th. And they did drop a trailer. I didn't watch the full trailer. I kind of want to wait to watch it. It's too soon. I want to build a little anticipation when that's a little closer to me. But I am excited for another Universal Monsters type film.
Yeah. They're giving him the keys to these films because he did the Wolfman also. So we'll see.
I think that I'm curious the direction they're going to go with The Mummy as far as how they'll tell the story. I'm just glad we're not getting another like action Tom Cruise movie. Like that was disappointing to me. That was disappointing. So, anything different than that, I will be sort of happy with. But we'll see how that goes. That was Lee Winnell though for the Wolfman.
Okay, yeah.
I actually made that same mistake like a week ago when I was making the post about The Mummy. I confused it as well. I don't know why I kind of intertwined those two guys for some reason.
He did one of those other films though. What was the last Blumhouse movie that he did? Lee Cronin.
Yeah, he
did. Was at New York Comic Con.
I just looked this up the other day because I was like trying to figure out what films he was attached to that I like. So he did Evil Dead Rise.
Okay, yeah.
And I kind of
Hole
forgot.
in the Ground.
I kind of forgot he did the Hole in the Ground. So, and then obviously later in the year we have Evil Dead Burn to look forward to, which I heard some crazy good stuff about. But it's hard to know, how accurate that is because that could have also just been promotion.
Yeah, but that was the test results. That was
you saw that.
I don't think it was the full project. Like, I mean, like how it needs to be cut up and everything like that. But I don't know who viewed it, so you don't want to go by everyone.
Exactly.
So, but overall, I don't think that we'll get a bad Evil Dead movie. I was able to talk to the director. We had a director on it before. And he couldn't talk about it at the time because it was too soon. Yep. That's when he first was given the project. So I liked his other film that he did, the Yuza, I forgot what the fuck it was called. Yuza County.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, he's a good director, a good
Which I
writer.
think if people are wanted to check that out, I think it's on Hulu, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely check it out. And I think that overall, um, he's a big fan. He's a big fan of the franchise, and so I think that at the end of the day, when you have someone that's dedicated to the project and knows the background and how things need to go, or what I mean, I think that overall we're in good hands. So
For sure. And it's kind of cool for Lee Cronin to think about, like, he could have a gigantic year with these two releases if The Mummy is well received and then has Evil Dead Burn come. That's a really good year for someone. So
yeah.
Good luck to him with all that. Is he still connected to Evil Dead Burn or no?
Who? Lee
I just
Cronin?
looked it up. Yeah, Lee Cronin.
No,
I saw his name previously with attached to it, but he's not at all.
I don't know if
are they just taking his characters from the first one? Gotcha. All right, so never mind. He is not going to have a huge year. He's going to have a pretty decent year with The Mummy.
No, but then but then it will go back to people picking up Evil Dead Rise.
Gotcha.
So,
yeah. My bad. I misspoke on that. I kept associating him with both of the films. And
oh no.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, 417 for The Mummy. And then there's a bunch of other films coming out later this year, which maybe we can recap in a separate episode.
Yeah.
But before we do, I just wanted to also kind of recap on the Golden Globes, which recently happened. I'm not huge into the Golden Globes, not like a film show award show that I really care too much about, but it's cool when we get representation in any award show that's kind of big like that. And Sinners won cinematic and box office achievement, as well as best original score. Overall, they had 7 nominations and they won 2 of those. There's 2 of those categories. Unfortunately, Frankenstein got snubbed from any awards. But
I think overall, that it was just like the release dates. You know what I mean? When it comes down to it, because you look at it, Frankenstein came out last month?
Yeah, what was it? December, right?
Yeah. And so it's too close, you know what I mean? Like when you have like a few weeks to kind of like break things down. But it's like but you could say that for Frankenstein, but then it's like when you go into the big films, like it's the same thing with the Sinners Awards, when they lost one because like the actor of the year, I think what was it? Marty Supreme, that also came out Christmas. You know what I mean? And then it would, like, you break that down, like you won that off of like a month of the film.
I wonder for some of these films, some of the people that get to pick the winners or like decide this, I feel like they probably have seen it way sooner.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So especially a movie like Marty Supreme, I'm sure I feel like some movies are made with the intention that, like, hey, we're going to probably
wait to the end
and we're going to win some awards with this film as well. And I think that like they made that film knowing it was probably going to be, because I don't think I'm trying to picture a world where Timothée Chalamet like makes a movie about ping pong and and isn't doing it for like for awards.
Christmas Day
and
release.
Yeah,
but it was a great film. Like I've seen that movie 3 times in the theater. So
3 times.
Yeah, I think it was a great film. Like I said, Sinners too. I think I've seen Sinners probably 4 times in the theater. Yeah, it's hard, you know what I mean? Because it's like you said, when it comes down to things like that, horror is the main one that's always going to get snubbed. You know what I mean? I think that the main stage that we got before is because you got the substance, you know what I mean, like that. But all the time we're always going to get snubbed because it's like horror is not looked at as as big as projects like Marty Supreme or anything like that, based off true stories and things. So it's hard.
I think the thing that makes Sinners a little bit different in the realm is like so typically it's always been these like elevated or like
Yeah.
strange horror films that have been acknowledged, and then you get
Hmm.
Sinners, which isn't like, I wouldn't
Yeah.
consider elevated horror. I mean, it does have a lot of themes of drama in it, but
Hmm.
it's not a foreign film like Parasite that had won awards previously. So it just did something decent, like big, with just being a horror film.
Yeah.
But I mean that's great. So like we said, representation's always good. So we'll see what the Oscars bring us as far as nominations and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Um, and just lastly, I just wanted to point out some movies that hit streaming recently that you guys can all check out. Because I'm sure you've heard us talk about these when they were in the theaters, or if you're like me, you just kept saying I didn't see it yet. So you can finally check out Toxic Avenger, which is out on Screenbox and on Hulu, I believe.
Did you see it yet?
Yep, I watched it. Bone Lake, I
Did you
keep
see it
talking
yet?
about. I saw Bone Lake. I saw Strange Harvest hit. So Bone Lake's on Netflix. Strange Harvest is on Hulu. Him is on Hulu, I think.
Did you watch it yet?
Yep. Together.
Did you watch it yet?
I did on
You watched
Hulu.
together?
I did.
Yeah, I think it's on Hulu
I
now.
loved it. And Black Phone 2 is on Peacock, I believe.
Yeah.
I apologize if any of those are wrong. Just go to the other streaming site and check, but they're all streaming for sure.
So you like together?
I liked it way more than I actually thought I was going to.
Yeah. There was a cool scene, like that scene when he was in the hallway and he was just like trying to get to her. It reminded me of the Lost Boys when
Oh, okay, yeah.
when Michael was like on the ceiling and flying
Yeah.
around and shit. I was like, oh shit. I was
The,
sitting there watching that.
When they get stuck in each other's arms,
Yeah.
that whole stuff. I'm not gonna lie, one of my favorite endings.
Mm.
And just because they just did the thing that was like, because at the end it's kind of like, maybe just do that, and then they did
Yeah.
it, and I'm like, good. I was actually kind of glad it ended this way.
Yeah.
And then the very, very final scene was kind of funny when the parents show up. So
Yeah.
no spoilers, but yeah, I totally recommend Together.
What did you give that?
I
What
think
did you
I
rate
gave it
that?
4.
For? I think I gave it like a 3.5. It was good. I liked it.
Yeah, I think I gave that 4. I was pretty locked in. So just recapping these movies, I was actually a little disappointed with Toxic Avenger, although I did have fun with it.
Yeah.
Bone Lake, I really liked. I keep talking about it. I ended up rating that a 4.
Mm.
Strange Harvest disappointed me because I really wanted to like it. Him, I liked way better than I thought I was going to. I think I gave that 3.5. And
Mhm.
Black Phone 2, personally, I wasn't like huge on it. I think I gave that a 3.5. Not a bad
Yeah.
film, just
Mhm.
not for me.
I agree.
You know, it's funny when you rate something high and then like the next film you rate, you're like, oh, now I got to kind of base it off that last. And then it kind of just throws off your whole rating scheme. I was like, I got to come up with a better way, a better system, because I rated Bone Lake a 4. And then after I saw Primate, I'm like, I kind of enjoyed that just as much.
Mm.
So I guess I'm going to rate it the same.
But it's hard because it's like you can't go into it and say, okay, but there's different elements, there's different pieces that make you go up a little bit more. Because that's the main thing. If I'm in the theater and I'm sitting there watching something, and I'm like, this could be a 4. But wait a minute, like this last 20 minutes or whatever, something just didn't go a certain way. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna give it a 3.5.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
So I think
so.
it's, you don't rush to rate it. Like, you know what I mean? Like you sit down and kind of like think about it and then you're just like, oh, whatever. And even if, like I said, like that's why I always say it could be a 3.5 or it could be in a 4. It's that wiggle room right there. You know what I mean? And don't like overthink it.
I think 3, when I rated a 3, that's a bigger thing to me, because that kind of says like, I thought it was okay, but it's not a film that I really care too much about when I go down to a 3.
Because even like a few years ago when I did Maxine, and gave it a 3, and people were like, "Huh? Like you didn't like it?" I'm like, a 3 is not bad in my book.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, to me it just means I probably won't revisit it.
Yeah.
It's probably not one I'm going to go around talking about to people.
Yeah, it wasn't
but it was
great.
still an okay film.
It was decent. Like, you know what I mean? I think a 3 for me is just like that's decent because, like the same thing, like I think Anaconda, I gave that like a 2.5. Like people love that movie, but I didn't think it
Huh.
was funny.
Oh, okay, yeah,
I didn't think it was funny. You know what I mean? They weren't as funny as I thought they were going to be. Like you
right.
have those two
With that
guys together,
cast,
they're fucking
yeah.
funny.
hmm
I didn't think that fucking movie was funny at all. It had like certain parts to it. It was like dry as fuck. And then so people
So,
were like, you gave that a 2.5? Like,
so
it
for
wasn't
me,
funny.
that's exactly like an aspect I would take into consideration. If a movie's like presenting itself to be a certain way,
Mm,
and then it doesn't fit that way for me,
yeah,
right there, that's like gonna throw me off.
yeah. Like it wasn't the best that they can do. Like, you know what I mean? I
Yeah,
think Jack Black was funnier in fucking um what's that damn video game movie that came out?
Minecraft.
Minecraft. I think he was
Yeah, yeah,
funnier than that.
yeah.
And people, I see comments and stuff. People are like, "Oh, me and my family were laughing." I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, that fucking movie wasn't funny at all. But
So out of those films, you've seen all of those, right? That I
yeah,
mentioned. You didn't see Strange Harvest yet, I'm assuming.
nah, that's the clown one, right?
Nope.
The, the
Well, I guess the mask kind of
yeah,
looks clownish on
yeah,
it, but it's all like found footage, supposed to look like a true crime documentary.
yeah. I think I started, but I didn't finish it.
The thing for that one that disappointed me, I was like locked in on the story. I thought it was a great storyline. I
Mm,
liked the found footage, true crime aspect, and it just didn't. It was just them like narrating it, like the two cops, and it never shifted to anything else other than that. And I was like, I think they missed what made a lot of the found footages that we loved like
mm,
special was like rare, like these random shots and of like just like eerie shots in the house or whatever. There wasn't enough of that stuff. It was just them going back and forth, showing like photos of situations, showing the death scenes. And I'm like, they missed something. It's just lacking to me.
mm.
I think it really could have been so much better had they thrown in some like surveillance photo or video footage of stuff or whatever. But yeah, they stuck with what they were trying to do. I give them credit for that. Not a terrible
Yeah,
film. Just for me, by the like 3/4 in, I was like, I kind of wish there was more to this. It kind of like was lacking. So I still encourage people to watch it, to check it out and make their own opinions about it. But yeah, I was disappointed because I was excited about that. The scene in the preview is like my favorite scene, and
no, okay.
it's like the best scene to me.
And it sucks when you see it in the preview. And then
Yeah,
it doesn't hit the
exactly.
same when you're watching it.
100%. 100%. So
hmm
um so yeah, that is our little recap.
Recap.
All right. Well, as we mentioned earlier, we have our movie night January 29th. It is a Thursday at Buttonwoods Brewery. We'll be showing The Thing. We hope to see you there. And then following that, we will be also at Buttonwoods Brewery on February 13th for Friday the 13th. The original, the OG.
Mm.
Make sure you guys come out, check out those movies with us. And yeah, other than that, we'll see you next week with another episode.
Take it easy.
See you later.
Game over.